Right now, we're facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon. The world's people have spoken. Their message is clear. Time is running out.
The amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere now is 50% higher than it was in 1900. And not only are we piling in more and more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, but we are chopping down the forests of the earth at a great rate. And the forests themselves are the most efficient consumers of carbon dioxide that there are on Earth. We're going to destroy the ground because the soil of a rainforest isn't very good. We are actually tampering with the climate of the Earth and with the very atmosphere that we breathe. When we talk about the disappearance of the ozone layer, we don't know what will happen when the ozone layer goes.
Hello everyone, welcome to our program talking about worldwide problem, global warming, and I'm Thao Nguyen.
And I'm Thao. It's my pleasure to be with you today.
Have you ever tried to imagine what would our life be without the green of the forest, without the blue of high sky, and without the blue of the cool waters? Thought like it can only happen in fiction, but in reality, that's not the case. Our living environment is being polluted and heavily poisoned, and if we do not act today, the things that are only imagined will quickly become in real life.
So, what is this? Let's go to find out.
In first part, I will talk about the definition of global warming. According to Wikipedia, global warming is the long-term warming of the planet over a temperature. Global warming has presented another issue called climate change. Sometimes the phrases are used interchangeably, however, they are different. Climate change refers to changes in weather patterns and growing season around the world. Global warming causes climate change, which poses a serious threat to the life on the Earth in the forms of grassbed flooding and extreme weather. So, what are the reasons leading to that phenomenon? This table above is about human and natural statistics related to observed global surface warming over the past 50 to 65 years. Thereby, we can clearly see that one thing, the main cause of global warming is human being, while natural only plays a small part. And to see this clearly, let's watch a break.
There are many factors that contribute to global warming, but the primary causes can be divided into two categories: human activities and natural factors. Number 7. Transportation. The burning of fossil fuels for transportation, such as gasoline for cars and diesel for buses and trucks, is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. Number 6. Industrial processes. Many industrial processes generate greenhouse gas emissions, including the production of cement, chemicals, and steel. Number 5. Waste. Landfills and waste incineration are major sources of methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. Methane is produced when organic material breaks down in the absence of oxygen. Number 4. Land use changes. Urbanization and other land use changes can contribute to global warming in a number of ways. For example, the construction of buildings and roads can replace natural landscapes, which can absorb carbon dioxide, with asphalt and concrete, which do not. Number 3. Agricultural practices. The production of meat and other animal products generates significant greenhouse gas emissions. In addition, the use of synthetic fertilizers in agriculture releases nitrous oxide, a potent greenhouse gas. Number 2. Deforestation. Cutting down trees and other vegetation removes a key sink for atmospheric carbon dioxide. This allows more of the gas to remain in the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. Number 1. Burning fossil fuels. The burning of fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, and natural gas, releases large amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat and cause the Earth's temperature to rise. It's worth noting that some natural factors can also contribute to global warming, such as volcanic eruptions and changes in the sun's intensity. However, the majority of global warming is caused by human activity.
So to know what consequences those things cause, let's move on to the next part.
Global warming is one of the factors that have negative impact on the climate, culture, and especially human health. The first consequence of global warming, we can easily see that the air is getting more and more polluted. Global warming leads to air pollution. Prolonged air pollution will affect clouds and rainfalls. Therefore, it will make the weather change more severely. Secondly, when the greenhouse effect occurs, it will make the Earth's surface temperature also increase. The last decade, 2011 to 2022, has been recorded as the hottest in history. Since the 1980s, the temperature of the decade were also higher than the previous decade. The risk of wildfire and temperature at the pole are also higher than before. Next, global warming also leads to many natural disasters such as drought or flood, and the unusual change of the Earth's temperature make natural disasters appear more and more often. Besides that, we can have mentioning the effect that global warming impact on humans. One of the most serious effects on people is health. Every year, about 13 million people are affected by the consequence of global warming. Here are some effects of global warming and many consequences that we don't know. It's also warning to people about taking action to reduce this phenomenon. So, what should we do to reduce this issue?
Looking at the following numbers combined with the above consequences, we can clearly see that global warming is happening at a speedily speed. And to fix that, let's come together with the following solution. The first one is using renewable energies. The first way to prevent climate change is to move away from fossil fuels. What are the alternatives? Renewable energies like solar, wind, biomass, and geothermal. The second one is energy and water efficiency. Producing clean energy is essential, but reducing our consumption of energy and water by using more efficient devices, such as light bulb, innovative solar system is less costly and equally important. The third is sustainable transportation. Promoting public transportation, carpooling, but also electric and hydrogen mobility. We can definitely have reduced carbon dioxide emissions and thus fight global warming. The fourth is sustainable infrastructure. In order to reduce the carbon dioxide emissions from buildings caused by heating, air conditioning, hot water, or lighting, it is necessary both to build low-energy buildings and to renovate the existing construction. The fifth is sustainable agriculture and forest management. Encouraging better use of natural resources, stopping massive deforestation, as well as making agriculture greener and more efficient should also be a priority. And the last one, responsible consumption and recycling. Adopting responsible consumption habits is crucial, be it regarding food, particular meat, clothing, cosmetic, or cleaning products. Last but not least, recycling is an absolute necessity for dealing with waste. In addition, the young generation that today also had extreme smart pollution solution to use social platforms such as Facebook or TikTok to spread messages about environmental protection. And through videos such as picking up trash on the beach, through those videos, more and more people taking action to protect the environment.
Before we go to the end, let's take a look at some of the interviews to see what young people think about this problem nowadays.
Hello everyone, as far as I know, the garbage is one of the causes of global warming. So how to dispose of waste without affecting our living environment? Come with me to interview the students of Nguyễn High School.
Well, it's not rocket science, you know. We can easily do it for instance, we can reduce our plastic reliance. For example, we can use a paper straw instead of a plastic straw, and we can stop using plastic bags. I can see that like in the market nowadays there have been like a lot of cotton bags and all kind of stuff like that. So if you are like a kind of environment conscious kind of person, so I suggest you buy and also like use it more often. I think the important is that we should reduce the plastic bag instead of filling it instead of moving it to the landfill or dumping it into the ocean, because recycling take much less energy, I think, rather than producing more plastic and it keeps the amount of waste higher and higher. Yeah, sure.
With the rapid development of today's society, more waste is generated. This means that a large amount of waste is released each year, and garbage segregation play a pivotal role in recycling process, which can protect the environment. I think recycling is important, and there are so many ways to do it. First, you can recycle plastic waste into pots to plant trees. Plastic waste like plastic bottle takes a long time to decompose in the environment. So using them to make pots to planting trees or flowers or fresh vegetable is a unique idea, I suppose so. In addition, you can also use plastic bottle cap to protect the camera lens. Another way is using decorative items from recycled waste, which can make your space more lively.
Sure. If I were an influencer, the one thing I definitely will tell people that they had the chance to save this planet, because in the name of development, we have ruthlessly excavating and also extracting resources from this planet. And my quotes would be the biggest threat to this planet would be the belief that someone else will save it instead of ourselves. In order to prevent environmental related problems, we should gather, and also we should join hands to protect the environment itself. Yeah, sure.
Through the question of the protection and the answer of the student, we can see that treatment or environmental protection is extremely essential, because it will create a clean and a beautiful environment for themselves. From there, let's take action for a green environment without garbage.
The students of Nguyễn High School have interesting answer, don't they, Tao?
I can agree with you more. It's quite a long time we are together. I think none of us would like to end the program. But anyway, thanks for your listening and see you again.